Another brilliant business breakfast presented by the Global Equipping Center on What's Next in the Lowveld, forecasting your business and protecting your wealth.
Business Breakfast, dit is die ding waar ons gesels met David Wilkinson in Chicago, Amerika, en hoe nader dit kom aan die tyd, hoe meer gaan jy hiervan weet. Die registrasie is om 7:30 die oggend vir 8 uur by die Arena M2 en is R120 vir sakekamerlede en R150 vir non-lede. En ons gaan vir jou hierdie foonnommers ook gee van Zelda wat jy kan skakel by 013-755-1988. En jy sal moet bespreek, want het gaan baie bezig. David, nice to have you on Skype again. Let's talk about the unique expenses. We spoke about unique expenses that flood your profits and how the Lowveld community will interact and how they can predict future business growth.
Great. Okay, when we're talking about unique expenses that flood your profits, this is what I'm talking about. When a company has a large sale, that they sign a large contract, and it's a new opportunity that they have. What happens is they get really excited about the amount of money that has entered into their company, because a significant increase in revenue is emotionally exciting. And many times what people do is, as soon as the money hits the bank, they go out and they start buying up assets that actually they don't need to purchase for fulfilling the contract. And when that happens, they actually, it's called, in the US we call this a misappropriation of funds. If you get paid 2 million rand to fulfill a contract, that's because you need the 2 million rand in order to fulfill the contract. If you go out and spend $1 million of that on a brand new Mercedes-Benz, in the US, that's called misappropriation of funds. You can actually be thrown in jail for that, because you have spent the money that has not been appropriated to what you're actually supposed to be spending the money on, which is actually on the project itself. So there's a cause-effect relationship and unique expenses. So what I want to talk about is, how is it possible that when you see a poor person, it doesn't matter if they're in England or they're in the US or they're in South Africa, they're a poor person and they finally win a big lottery and they make lots of money. And what happens is, over a period of 5 to 10 years, they end up spending all the money, and then they get in a worse situation than where they were before they had the money. And the reason why that is I call this a bungee cord between your income and expenses. That, isn't it shocking that when you have low income, you have expenses that seem to meet or go above that income. But all of a sudden you have this huge contract. And if you just give it a few months, the person will actually, when their income goes up, they will find ways how their expenses will jump up and bungee all the way up to where their income is, and even surpass that, until where they say, I got to make more money because now I have to pay for those expenses. So here's what I want to leave with you, is that the way that you protect your wealth is by not spending your net profit. You see, that's what you protect the most. You can't protect your revenue because you have to take your expenses off of them. But at the end of the day, if you have no net profit, when it's time to come along and to actually fulfill a new contract, to go and purchase a new asset, you have no working capital, you have no financial margin. And because of that, you actually, no matter how effective you are at forecasting your business, you can't protect your wealth because you have not protected your net profit. And these are the kind of concepts we're going to be talking about at the next KLCBT breakfast at M20, about what's next in the Lowveld, what you can expect for your business over the next 5 years.
That is fantastic. David, thank you very much. We're looking forward to you coming to South Africa and doing your thing here. I have a resume in front of me, and it's quite a large, a lot to say.
What kind of expenses flood your profits? Understanding how the Lowveld community interacts will help you to predict your future business growth.